Hi everyone. Just gonna hold out for a second and see if anybody's gonna join me. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually see myself at the same time so I can see you. I don't know if I can. One of these days I'm gonna figure it out. Some smart person's gonna call me and tell me how to do it. I'm sure they are, because I am not a techie. Anyway, I've been in the studio pretty much all day today doing working on this project for tonight, and I made a few of them, but anyway, I'm real excited about sharing it with you. And so if I can't find myself in just a second, I'm going to start the video because I don't want to hold you guys up. Anyway, so I don't know, maybe I'll show up eventually. I don't see myself. Anyway, so happy Saturday. Thanks for joining me in Saturday Night Live. It's been a sunny day today, though I haven't actually been in the sun very much, so I'm not real. I took the dogs out a few times, so I've been doing that. But anyway, tonight we're going to do another card box, and it's using we're actually going to do together is using some of the new papers. So I will first show you this one. So this one uses a retired paper, but I just love it. I spent some time. I lived in San Diego for a long time, and I also love Hawaii. It's one of my favorite places to go. So anyway, this cute little box is what we're going to do tonight, and I'll show you how to make the cards. So anyway, this particular one holds 8 cards and 8 envelopes, unless you do really fancy cards with lots of bling or something on it. Then they might not fit as well. But anyway, so I put the flower on here. And then how to attach it is with little Velcro dots. I don't know if you've seen them before. Let me see if I can. I have them out here on my desk, but I've got so much stuff on my desk right now. Anyway, but I bought these a while ago. But anyway, they're little Velcro dots, and they're perfect for this project. So you just, these are the ones that go. So you put this one on, or this one on, whatever, and then like I put it on here. So I measured down, and I'll tell you how to do this, but I put them on here where I wanted them, and then I went ahead and put the other side on top of it, and then then I just closed it where I wanted it to be closed, and so that it automatically adheres the other one there. So it's so much easier. I was like, oh, I'll do this instead of measuring all those things. But anyway, I'll show you how it's done. So it's going to be a lot of information. Actually, the box goes together really well. It's just a lot of different things that have to happen. And so I've got a template, which I'll show you. And so let me show you these cards. So I did 8 cards using the papers. And it's this mango. And anyway, so I used these papers. And so I did 4, of course, that I stamped over here. And I thought that was so cool. I do that a lot, but I just thought I was trying to do something different instead of cutting paper. And on this one, though, I love this one. So this one, I actually put paper on. So there's paper here, which I still stamped, and so that it just gives you a different one. So these are, I thought these were more like for guys, and so I did 4. They don't have to be, but I did 4 of those, and then 4 of the other ones. So that's that one, and so that was the first one I did, which I actually did last night, I guess, but until I couldn't sleep anymore. I couldn't stay awake anymore. It was like 1:30 or something like that. I was like, okay. So I put that one over here. I also did this one, which everybody loves, the new sunflower, right? And these little things are just so cute. But anyway, this paper, some of you might know that I'm a weaver as well, so I really love texture. And so I just love this paper. This is in the the good, I forget what the exact name is, but anyway, it's the good one. And so it has a lot of cool papers, and this is espresso. And so anyway, so that's that. But you could add more. We'll go through this, but you could add more pieces if you want. But this is how the instructions I found someone had made I'm always looking on Pinterest, and someone had made something similar back in 2008. So I thought, okay, well, I could put my swing on it. So that's what I did. And anyway, but I didn't have a chance to make the cards for this one because they're a little bit more involved with everything. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have this one finished when I do the catalog walkthrough on the 3rd. I'm going to have some more stuff done. And this one, I will show you this one finished. But isn't it pretty? I love it. I used the copper here. But anyway. This one is what we're going to do today. And let's see if it opens. This is what we're going to do today. Don't you love these colors? Oh my gosh. And this is the peacock color. Anyway, the colors we're going to use in this one is we're going to use the soft seafoam. We're going to use the guarded green. We're going to use the pear pizzazz. And we're going to use the pretty peacock. So this paper comes in this set with the Forever Furred. And so anyway, this one we're going to do. We're not going to use this same paper. Well, sort of, kind of. But anyway, so these are all cut out. And this is a ribbon, which is pear pizzazz. It's really sparkly. Is that pretty? And wait till you see these cards. So I did. So for the cards, I decided that I would do 2 of each color because I had so many pretty colors. This color is our new Just Jade. Isn't that pretty? It's really pretty. So this is Just Jade. So I did 2 in this color. I had fun with all the different ones, but I really enjoyed stamping. And, sometimes, our cardstock is gorgeous. So sometimes to me, it's just stamping this. Of course, I stamped this and then I put this on, and I'll give you all the dimensions. We'll do a few of these cards, but our focus tonight is really to do the box. But I'm going to do a couple of cards with you because I want to show you how I did them. And I know you probably already know how to, but anyway, I just thought for those of you who don't, I will do it for you. So look at the different. So this paper, I love the papers. Different. These are obviously opposite sides, right? So this is one side of the paper, and this is the other side of the paper. But anyway, the colors. So what I tried to do was to do one card of the same color with a different thing. So see, these are the same color, but I tried to flip it over. Oh, that was kind of it came to me. So that this one, I love these colors. And these colors are all in they're all in the set. And then this, aren't they beautiful? Who would not want to get one of these? And so I made them all happy birthday cards because Lord knows we have so many people in our lives that have birthdays. But I didn't put a sentiment inside because, well, personally, I like to handwrite everything. I like to write my notes. I don't really put sentiments in a lot of cards. And often I'll buy blank cards because I would rather write. And so then I just stamped on the envelopes. I always like to try to stamp something on the envelopes. But anyway, I thought those are pretty. So when you put this together, because you can see that this box, I'll go over this again, but see how the box is? And so the envelopes are a little bit taller. So I thought, okay, I was a little bit worried about getting 8 cards in here, but I'm telling you, you put the envelopes in the middle because that's the highest part, right? And you put 4 in the front, 4 in the back, or you can do it however you want. Anyway, see, it's a little bit higher. So then when you put this down, I'm still trying to get used to it. It's a little crooked. You just have to play with it. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, so I'm going to set that over there. Set this over here. We'll refer back to it later. Put this over here. So what I thought I would do is bring in my paper cutter here. And I know everybody pretty much knows, but I make templates. Okay, so my card bases that I'm using tonight are 8.5 by 5.5, and 8.5 by 5.5, and they just score it in the middle. Probably 80 or better % of my cards I make this, I call this my standard card, just because this is, you know, most of the time what I do. I mean, you could turn them this way, you could use them this way. You know, I've done them both ways, but usually I do them this way. But anyway, so I wanted to, so I've cut everything except for this one. So for those of you who aren't cutters, don't cut very often. So we go 5.5 here, right? And I'm using the Just Jade because I wanted you to see it again. It's just gorgeous. So that's 5.5, and then move that blade out of the way. I don't know how many of you have done this, but I have used the wrong blade sometimes when I'm scoring, and I end up cutting it in half. Usually when I'm not paying attention. But anyway, 4 1/4 for this. Get that paper. I don't have ink for it yet, so that's that. Anyway, so I did a lot of the cutting, but anyway, so these are the cards, and I'm just going to set those aside for now because we're going to do the box first. And so I'm going to set those out of the way. But I'll show you. So this is the Forever Fern stamp set. And so I have some of the stamps out here that I am going to use. And then I like this. I love all these little things. Anyway, so you stamp on, stamp off, and to make the pattern. And of course, you don't have to, you don't have to make your cards this way. It's just as a suggestion. So anyway, and I'm trying to be good by actually putting these things on my. I don't always do that. It's such a bother sometimes, and I know what I'm using it for anyway. So we're gonna do our box in Pretty Peacock because I like the darker color against it. And let's see. I've already cut our DSP, and then I've already cut out some of the pieces that we're going to use to put our little decoration on the box, which is right here. And I have the pair of pizzazz right here, which I love this, how sparkly this is. So I don't have, I don't know, I didn't have anything wider that I could use unless I used some raffia or something. I didn't want to do that. So anyway, we will just go with it. Okay, so don't let this scare you because I told you that I was going to have a template, which I do have a template, and I'm trying to get it all in my camera, but it's really not that difficult. But one of the things I found is sometimes scoring, when you start doing things, it kind of goes wacko. So then I put some work. I was going to write in where all the tear and tape goes, and I was like, okay, then you're never going to be able to read it. So this is a full sheet of paper, and you don't cut anything off of it, okay? But I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, which you could do this. You could just use your regular board, your regular paper cutter. There's a score in there. Make sure you can see this. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start out with on our 11-inch side. So what we're going to do is at 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches, at 6.5 inches, at 8.5. Well, no, we're not going to do this one right now. We're going to do this one, this one. Oh, so we're only going to do the 4.5 and 6.5. See, I've got so many notes. These don't go all the way down. We're not going to do those right now. So we're just going to do the 4.5 and the 6.5. And see, this is the bottom of the box, just so you get perspective. These are the sides of the box. This is the bottom. And then these are going to fold up. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so let me get this out. We're going to do 4.5. And I generally do it more than one time, but I use the fatter end because sometimes when you use this one, it'll go through the paper, especially if you're doing DSP, because it's much thinner. And then we're going to do 6.5. Okay. So that's that. So we're going to do, then we're going to turn it, and we're going to score at 2 inches. At 6.5 inches, okay? So 2 inches right here. We're gonna go all the way down. See, even though I've done 3 of these now, it's still like the first time I've ever done it, 6.5. Because, always say I can't walk and chew gum. Two things at once is just too difficult. So I'm talking and I'm trying to do this. Okay, so we have this, and so what it tells you to do is to go ahead and here's my bone folder. Here it is. Okay, I don't really do the bone on here. Let's see how that works without making a mess. Okay, so it says to go ahead and score it. We're doing it this way. After I did my first one, I went ahead and did all the scoring at one time. But I'm trying to do it this way, trying to be good and show you guys how you're supposed to do it, not how Tony does it. Okay, so anyway, so now you can see that this is where the box goes, okay? And so when I did these diagonal lines, you see, I did these for a reason. We're going to score now, but I did these because when you put the paper the right way, I didn't want you to have to guess. I don't know about you, but I've ruined some paper by putting the score line in the wrong way, thinking, okay, it's the wrong way. But anyway, enough about that. So now we're going to go back, and we're going to score here. We're going to do 2.5 and 8.5, but we're only going to go down to the 2-inch line, right? So we're going to do 2.5 here, and 8.5 here. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. 2.5 and 8.5. It's actually really easy to do this. I've done a few. Okay, so see now. Okay, so I don't need the scoreboard now. I'll put it over here. Let me get my trusty ruler out. Okay, so now when you look, see where the scoring is? So it actually makes sense. These go in and when you see it. But anyway, I put them on here because of the walking chew gum thing with me. So, okay, so I'll put it here and I'll show you what I do. So for me, I mean, you could do this probably with your cutter. But anyway, so I just do it like this. And I do it like 3 times because I want it to really go. And then this one, I really like this box. I mean, if you do events or anything where you want to sell something, you know, it's kind of nice, but really, for me, it's like, it'd be a beautiful gift. Or, you know, like if it was for a door prize or something they were doing, it's just wonderful. But, you know, 8 cards. And so, actually what I'm going to do, since I'm doing another one, is I'm probably, because these ones are going to be thank you cards, they're not going to be, these are going to be birthday cards. So I think what I'm going to do is mix them up and just put like a couple birthdays, a couple thank you cards in the same box. Okay, so now, so we are here, and it's a single flap card, what it's called. So we've done this, we've done this, we've done all of this. Okay, so now we will hold it like this. Okay, so we want to make our box now. So we go here, right, and fold it up like this and put your bone folder. You know, when I was doing this, I was thinking, you know, it's kind of like a carry-out food container. That's what I kept thinking about. Okay, it's like a carry-out food container, Tony. That's what you think about when you're doing it. So fold it in and then fold it back, right, like that, right? Think about your Chinese food. Not Chinese, but something. See, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to put tear tape on it, so it makes sense. Okay, so then there, back. It actually goes together. Now, it might not be as easy for you the first time. I'm hoping, watching this fabulous video that I'm making, that it's going to be so much easier for you. So anyway, this goes here. Ugh. Anyway, it goes, come on, Tony. It's like this. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to do my tear tape everywhere because we'll have it done. Okay, so this has got to go in here like this first, right? So we're going to put it out here. So that's where it's going to go, right? And then it's going to go here. So we're going to put that right there. this is gonna go up here, right? So we're gonna go ahead and put Terra tape here. And you know, you could put more. This stuff is pretty strong. This one thing I'll say about this box is really, really strong. So you know, we can put heavy stuff in it if you wanted to use it as like a gift box instead of using it for, you know, for cards. Be a cute little gift box. Anyway, and I was thinking about it. I was looking at it. I was like, no, I'm not going to do too much because I was thinking, okay, I could do some handles on it. Anyway, you guys think about. I mean, you make this. I mean, I'm sure you can make it your own. You can do whatever you want. I just wanted to kind of show you. So okay, so we've got Terra tape here. This is going to come here. This is going to go there. This is going to come here, right? We're not going to do this right now, but it's going to go there. This one's going to go here. So we're going to do these first. Anyway, trust me on that. Okay, so that's going to go here. So we're going to do this like this. Okay, and then this one is going to close here, right? So we're going to do Terra tape here. You could do this as you're going and as you're folding, but the problem that I ran into later is that I'm going to have to put more tape. I just didn't put this one in yet. Yep. Run it later. You have to put the Terra tape on when you're doing other things. You know, when it's already folded up and it's just, anyway, trust me, it's easier to do it this way. All right, we're gonna put this one here. Oh, but I'm gonna do Tony. I'm doing a blog, so blog entry. So I'm gonna have pictures of everything and all the dimensions. I'll take pictures of all the templates and stuff, so you'll have those. Okay. Okay, so I'll go run the board folder all over here, just because you guys use guys that have the new the book. Have you made your wish list yet? What you want to buy? I'm making my list, but I looking at my list and I'm thinking, okay, Tony, you're gonna have to prioritize because there's no way you're gonna get. And my list is long and I haven't even gotten all the way through the catalog. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay, let's see. So first we're gonna put this one over. Where is it? Okay. Hi, Audra. Hi, Kelly. And Vicky's there. I don't know who else is there. I can't see anymore. They're rolled around. You guys are enjoying watching the video. Okay. This one. So the reason we're not making the whole box yet is because you have to put the DSP on. And so the DSP is easier to get on if you don't put the sides of the box together. So we're just going to do, this part of the box is just going to be really flat, actually. So you'll see it in a second. It goes together really quickly. I'm going slow because I want you guys to see how this works. I don't really like to. I don't learn as quickly, so I try to go slow so you can see it. Okay, so see how that is? That's together now. Okay, so then we're just gonna roll this one over here. Isn't that cool? It's together. And then the same thing with this one. It's just, you know, got here. Sorry that it's going a little bit. Try not to move. I need to get, this table is really tall. I'm standing up, obviously. And so this table is really tall. So anyway, now when you look at it, this is how it's going to be. See? This is how it's going to be. So it looks like this. So it should look like this at this point. And then what's going to happen eventually? See how that came together? It's going to be like this. But right now we need to put our DSP on. So, okay. So that's that. And so that's the top of the box. We're not doing that yet. DSP. Okay. So I already cut the DSP, but the DSP for this, it's a square. So it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And you need to cut 2 of them. And then, well, this one's going to go on top of the box, but we'll talk about that later because it has a lid. Okay, so I've already cut these. Is this paper beautiful? I love the colors in it. This is the other side. It's like more the jade, just jade color. Anyway, I decided to use this one. Okay, so our box is gonna go together like this, right? So I wanna put, this is the top, right? So look at that. Okay, so get my trusty glue out. My Tombow, I really like the Tombow. I use it for almost everything. I used to, at the beginning, I used to use a lot of snail, but I went through so much snail, and sometimes it didn't really feel like it stuck very well, so I'm going to order the new stuff that's coming in. It's supposed to be stronger. Let's see. Isn't that pretty? It's very simple, but just the variations in the color of the leaves. I mean, I was holding up the papers up to this paper, all the cardstock to see how it's going to look, and I really liked it. But it's just kind of simple. It's pretty. Okay, so there's this one, and this paper is one direction. So you want to make sure when you're cutting it that you are. It doesn't matter so much in the 4 1/4 one, but when you start doing the ones for the cards, you got to make sure that if you want the leaves to go this way, make sure you want the leaves to, if you want your leaves to go this way, just make sure that you think it through before you start cutting. Speaking from experience, you want to make sure that you think about it. Sometimes it's even, I was never really good at geometry, so it's hard for me sometimes to see how something's going to look in my mind, because I've got that artist thing going on, so I see it one way, but it's hard for me to think about it in another way. Anyway, so we have this on now. Okay, so now we can take these off and we can make the rest of the box. Okay, so it really comes together very quickly, actually. I really like this peacock. When it came out last year, well, it came out before I was a demo, but anyway, when it came out, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I really like it. Okay, so now if you're really anal about this, when you bring this up here, you want to think about making sure that it's straight. I'm only doing that on camera because I don't normally care. But anyway, I know there are some of us that do. What did I do? Oh, I did something wrong. This one has to go here. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. I did something wrong. What did I do? I don't know what I did. This one's that way, this one's that way. Ugh, we're gonna get this out now. Let's see if I can do it. Otherwise, we're gonna start over. Okay. I did what I did. Put it on the wrong side. Here we go. There's that, and there's that. Taking all the tape off sometimes, that's what causes the problem. Okay, so it's there. Got it. I've got a little piece of tape right there, but I'll fix that later. Okay, so anyway, so this is that. See, it came together really easy. It wouldn't be a live video if I didn't make a mistake. Okay, let's see, throw these away. And then the next thing is here's the top of the card. Okay, so the top of the box cards is cardstock, just cardstock. And I need to score it. So you score it at 3 inches, and it's 6 inches by 4.5 inches, and you cut 1. Okay, so it goes on the box kind of like this. I'll show you. It's not yellow, obviously. Let's see. I will bring this over and score this at 3 inches. 3 inches. Okay. I was going to do that earlier, but I just did it. Okay. So this fits on here like this, and I go ahead and put my DSP on because. So the DSP that we need for this is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and you cut one of them. So I use the same color. Put it here. There's just so many different papers that we have that this box would just look amazing. And then the cards and the way you do the cards, and you know, you could do them for any kind of occasion. And the other thing is you could, and I debated about whether to do it or not. When I decorated this one, you could put a sentiment here. You could, you know, you could put some, or you could put some more of these leaves here and stuff. So you could do whatever you want. You could put DSP back here if you want. You could put a little bit here and here. It just really depends on, you know, your personal taste. Okay, so we want this to, which one is the front? This one is going to be the front. Okay, so we want to come down, where's my ruler? On the back, we want this to come down 1.5 inches. So I just take my little trusty ruler and I make a little mark. It's going to be covered up, so it won't matter. Only you'll know. Okay, and so then it's pencil, so you can erase it if you want to. It's going to be underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one because when I put the little Velcros on, I want them to come down at 1 inch. 1.5 inches. Let me see what I do. Write it down. 1 inch. Okay. Thought so. I think I made a few of them. Okay, so this one I come down an inch, and I'm going to put like that there. And you could measure it out if you want to be exact about where you put your little Velcro piece. I did it, obviously, but anyway, so that's that. So then, so this is the front, okay? And so this is the back. So I'm going to measure this at 1.5. Little mark here, and 1.5. And you don't have to do any of this. You know, it's not necessary to be completely precise if you don't want to be, but I find it makes it easier for me personally to do that, so that's why I do it. But you don't have to. Okay, so put that over there. Move this out of the way. Okay, so I put tear tape, and the reason I put this here is because when I start doing tear tape, I'm not as good at eyeballing anymore. Sometimes my eyeball doesn't work. Okay, so let's see. I've got tear tape. And so this one, I put this one, I put this one here. And then I put one down a little bit further. I think you could probably use glue, but the top of glue or something, but you want something that's pretty sturdy because, you know, if you're going to be opening and closing the flap, you don't really want it to fall off, especially if you give it to somebody. So anyway, that's what I do. Then I just put these on here like this. Then pull these off. See, I'm double checking that to make sure I did that right. Okay, so these again this was 1.5 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's the front. Here's the back. So I'm going to put this here. This line here is for that. And then you kind of just eyeball it. Okay, see? Easy. Again, you could put more DSP here if you want. And so that this, you put the little doody doots on there, which I will show you in just a second. Okay, so you could probably, I don't remember where I got these, maybe someplace. I don't think we sell them. Pretty sure we don't sell them, but anyway. So I put the little stickly one here, and I'm going to do it just about right there. And then this one I put on top of it, like that. It kind of wants to stick to my finger, so sometimes I have to use this. Okay. Okay. Anyway, trust me, I think it's easier to do it this way. I'm all about the easy way. It just could be measuring, get remeasuring, and stuff just gets to me. Okay, so that's that. And then this one. Last night I was like, to my husband, I'm like, oh, I think I need some Velcro. Do you think we have Velcro? He said, I don't think so. So then I went and looked at my stash. Of course I have Velcro. I bought them for something, I don't know what. Anyway, they're there. Okay, so now, it's not quite straight, but it's okay. It'll work. So now what you do is you come down however you want and put it on here and kind of push it. And then, look at that. Voila, comes off. But, put it back. There it is. It's not quite straight now, Tony. That would probably drive some of you crazy. To me, it doesn't really drive me crazy because if you're going to look at that, we are going to get along. Yeah, I'm not precise. Excuse me. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I decorated it. Let's see. Okay, here's the pair of pizzazz. I'll bring out my trusty bow maker. And I went around 3 times last time, but I think I'm just going to do 2 this time. You could do it, make it big as you want, but I made this one a little bit bigger. This saves me so much time. This bow maker is amazing. I struggled for so long making bows. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I made it through Christmas last year. I made so many bows by hand. And other people that just look so easy. I'm like, my fingers, they just wouldn't go where I wanted to. Anyway. Okay, so let's cut this a little bit. Oh, I don't want to cut it, but yet. I want this to go around. Okay, so forgot what I was doing. Okay, so this looks a little different, this color, but I don't really have another color to use. I could use jade, but I wanted something sparkly. So what I did last time is I put the bow like right here, and then I just take this around, come back. Cut it. Scissors. Snips. I know you're here somewhere. There we are. Okay. I hate wasting ribbon. Okay. Well, this is pretty. But anyway, this one is it's called a shimmer ribbon. And it's pear pizzazz. It's really pretty. I know I have a little thingy for it, but anyway, I'll find it later. Okay, so then what I do, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but this is what I do. How I do it is my trusty tear tape, and I put that on here. And I try to get it straight. Then I try to do it like, oops, that's not right. Yep, it always goes the wrong way when you're on camera. That's okay. Okay, there's that. And then let me take it across. See if I can get it straight again. Okay, then there. You probably don't have to do it like this, but I'm all about trying to make it more efficient instead of... I don't think, for me, the glue dots don't really hold ribbons as well for me, and so I try to use the tear tape when I can, because when it's appropriate, I find that when things sit for a while, the little glue dots will come off for some reason. And then I've got a bow in the like when I make like a box or something, and then I've looked inside the box, it's like the little bows fell off. And I have to take it apart and put it back on again. Okay, so anyway, this is what I do. Okay, There may be other ways to do it, but this is how I do it. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it where I want it. And I'm going to tear off the tear tape. Actually, I want it this way, I think. I want it this way. Yes, I do. I want it this way. And then I'm going to run this around and come back here. See? Okay. Now, if it'll just work for me on camera, then all will be good. Thank you guys for joining me on my Saturday night live. And I do apologize. The other day, when I did my video, I did not know that we were not allowed to show the inside of the catalog. And so when I did my video, those of you who were watching it got to see the inside of the catalog. Don't tell anybody. But you did. So then some nice person told me, Tony, you know, you're not supposed to show this till the 3rd. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Everybody's got their catalogs now that, you know, I sent them to. So I was like, okay. But anyway, so here I was stressing over trying to edit a video. And so I had this really weird thing in the front of the video. Darren and I were trying to, my husband and I were trying to see if I could watch the TV. Somebody's going to have to show me mercy and show me how to do this, because I have no idea how to be able to watch it on watch myself so I can see your comments. Okay, so you don't really have to overlap your ribbon like that, but it just did. Normally wouldn't make it that long. And it's not quite completely straight, but it's okay because I'm going to put something over top of it, so we won't worry about that. Okay, so now I'm going to close it. When you make yours, make sure you do it straight. But there are so many different papers that we could use. Okay, so there's that. That's cool, huh? You like it? Okay. Hi, Billy. Hi, Ed. Okay. So I cut all these things out because it saves a little bit of time, I think. I don't know. This one I used, what, like 1, 2, 3 pieces on? I don't know. I love it. Anyway, so this one, they'll see. So I used the glue. I used the white stuff, this stuff. I used this aqua. It's a Tombow, but it's aqua. I don't know if you could hear my little doggy down there. She's crying for some reason. I don't know why. She's been to the potty. I did that before I brought them here. Okay, so I'll put this one here. These die cuts that came in this, they're in, in the Forever Flourishing dies. They are so beautiful. And of course, some of them you stamp and then you cut them out, but then there's these two here, which I really love. That looks almost like a ginkgo, doesn't it? I don't know, but anyway, I just really love these. So I have a bunch of different ones, and so I was trying to do it. So let's see, make sure you can see this. So what I do is put a little glue dot, 2 dots on it, 2 dots, a little bit there, a little bit there. And you don't have to do it all if you really like it, you know, hanging loose and not completely stuck down. You don't have to. I use this clear because it seems to come out better than the Tombow when I'm trying to do this, so that's why I use this one. But you could use the Tombow, no big deal. Okay, this is where I get glue all over me. Okay, so I'm gonna lift up this bow. Tony, lift it up. I really don't want it to go too far off. Can you see it? Okay, that's what I'm doing. Pretty. So see, it covers up. You can't tell my ribbon's not straight anymore. Okay, so then this one, what to do across there. I mean, you could add as much ribbon as you want. I mean, not ribbon, as much of this, of these little greens as you want. For me, less is more of this one. So I just do one at a time. Let's see what I think. But I thought with this one, less is more because the other paper is a little busier than this one, but anyway, this one, color contrast is so pretty. It needs one more thing. Let's see, what will we do? This one or this one? Nope, not that one. This one? I like that one. That reminds me of like the buddy plant. That's why I like that one. This one. I was gonna do it. I did it this silvery. I mean, I did it this color, the light color, but I think it'd be really pretty if you did it in like a silver. Because I don't know if it's flat, but it kind of looks like flat to me. So, you know, the other one I cut the stem off, but again, you make it your own. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I think I'm gonna cut it off again because I don't want to like it sitting there like that. Cut it off. Okay. So it kind of covers up the stems a little bit, which is what I wanted. Okay. What do you think? I think it's good. Just stop that. So see, I have lots of pieces left over, but I like to have options. And you could use these on your cards, but I was trying to make them, well, it's a little bit less complicated because if you were going to sell it, you know, you got to be able to get your money's worth out of it. And it's kind of hard to do that. Okay, so I went ahead. So this is done. I'm going to set it aside for now. And this one I'll close up. Well, maybe I'll take a card out so we can see it. So now I'm going to make a few cards with you. How long have we been going? Okay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Billy. Oh, the bow? Oh, yeah. Well, this, if you don't have this bow maker, the adjustable bow maker from TadaMoments.com, it's $10. And you could, I mean, this is the size of it. You just move these little pegs, but you could make the really tiny ones by putting them this, and you can make them, you know, bigger than that. But anyway, that is life-changing for me. So, okay, so I went ahead, and so this is the DSP that we're going to use the card. So what I did was, see, that fits there. So I went ahead and cut all of these, okay, and there's 8 of them. But I, you know, like I did the other card where I just moved to change, do them like that. I think I would do that again. But anyway, so this is the template for that. And I also have the template if you wanted to do stock paper here instead of what, you know, if you wanted to just have another piece of paper here so it lies up here, which is what I did. It is stock paper, and it's 1.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and you cut one of these for each card. Okay, so that's what goes here, and it lines up perfectly. You get your 1/4 inch, and it lines up really. It looks really nice actually. And then these are 2 inch. This is the 2 1/8 sunburst punch right here. You do one for each card, and I did that. You do it in a contrasting color. I've already cut those out. And then the 2 inch circle punch. You just do one of these for each one of these for a card. And I just picked random colors. Well, not random, but they're the colors that we use. I just picked some of them out. So anyway, so we'll do those later, but I went ahead and stamped the sentiment on it. So that's that. And the thank you comes from the Peaceful Moments cling set, and I'm using the thank you here. I've used the happy birthday before, but anyway, and I've used the sympathy. But anyway, that set is where that came from. Okay, so this is what the card's going to look like. Again, I didn't put anything on the inside, but I'll set this over here. And where's my cardstock? Here it is. Okay, so again, it's 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4. So I'll put that over here. So let's see. We'll start with one of these. So these go together pretty fast. I like to do the assembly line thing. So it's like 8 cards. Okay, so then let's see that. And so then what I do is I stamp it before. So now see this all clean. This clean thing's not going to be clean anymore. So I'm going to mess it up. Stamping on and stamping off. Okay, so I love this one, but what I do, how I do it, you could do it however you want. So I stamp on it off a little bit. first. That pretty, it's pretty like that just by itself, I think. And this one, when you go over it some, sometimes it doesn't look good, but isn't that amazing? Our stamps are, I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Anyway, we take out my little shabby, clean everything. Okay, set it over there. Do I want to do this? I'll do this one on this one. I'm going to do one of each, so this is I use Tombow on. For you guys to see how easy these things come together. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You know, there are so many things. So many ways to do cards. And so, you know, I'm just showing you one way to do them, but there's like lots of different ways. Okay, so this one, put this on here like this. Okay. Thank you, and then where's my trusty? There they are. I usually put 3 on 3 dimensionals to pop it up. It says thank you. It just barely fit on there. This time I cut. I normally stamp and then cut, but I was not feeling like I was going to be able to get it all done, so I cut everything out and then stamped it. So you can put these wherever you like. I like the lower right hand corner. And the other thing you could do, if you wanted, is you could put a piece of ribbon here. If you really that little line bothers you. Anyway, so that one's done, right? Is that pretty? Okay, so I'll set that one aside and we'll do the other one. The other jade. I'm not going to do all these because but I'm going to do these because I want you to see. Because I don't want to take all your evening up doing this. Okay, oops, Tony, not ready for that yet. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to, what am I going to do this time? Oh, I'm going to do these. I like this little thing. I don't know what it is. I like it. And then, cool, huh? Okay. I'm going to do something else, but I just wanted to do that first. Okay, so now we're going to do this one on here. I really like this one. But I'm not going to stamp off and on with this one because I already have that other detail in there. Is that cool? I'm in love with this. Just in love with it. Okay, so there's that. And then I hope you guys will tune in on Wednesday. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something on Wednesday. And I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to do it. I'm committing myself to doing 2 videos a week. So that means I have to work. So and I love doing it. I love creating it, but it's making me it's making me be consistent with everything, and I get so much enjoyment out of sharing all these things with you guys. It's fun to make it, but we can't get together with anybody really right now. So this has just been such fun for me because I could do videos. So we'll go ahead and do the thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna do this one. Like a production line. Okay. Thank you. It's always nice to have thank you cards around, and it's nice to have options. So like if you're one of those people that you end up sending you end up sending thank yous to some of the same people all the time. You don't want them to think you have only one thank you card. Plus, you want them to keep the cards because the cards are gorgeous. And so you don't want them to throw them away. Would it just break your heart to think that someone threw away a card that you made or sent them? Oh my gosh, I couldn't deal with it. Don't tell me if you throw away the card I sent you. I don't want to know. Just don't want to know. Okay, so we've got this done. This is one from the other box, and here's our box. So you can see that these cards go in really nicely, actually. But, you know, it'll hold 8 easily. You saw it. So there's that. And we've given you the closure. And I've given you everything. Talked to you about everything, I think. So I just want to say thank you again for joining me tonight. And I look forward to seeing you again. And thank you for spending a little bit of your Saturday night with me. Here's the other box. And I did. And then I think I might do this one. Come back in on Wednesday. I might do this one for you. This is just the sunflower. So sorry, this ribbon. This ribbon is really pretty, the gingham ribbon. And this is lavender. So pretty. It's lavender. Anyway, all right, well, thank you. God bless you. And have a great evening and a wonderful Sunday. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, Mark. Hi, Lisa.